This is Jefferson College Today, seen every week on JCTV, Facebook, and online at jeffco.edu. Hello, I'm Jefferson College Public Relations and Marketing Director Roger Barentine. So with that, let's take a look at the latest news and information about Jefferson College in Hillsborough, Arnold, Cedar Hill, Imperial, and online. As our nation celebrates Veterans Day on November 11th, I'd like to dedicate today's show to the men and women throughout our community who are serving or who have served our great country to provide and to preserve the freedoms we enjoy every day as Americans. In fact, many of the college's veteran students have returned from combat after serving in Iraq and Afghanistan, and others are spouses and children of those who have served in various conflicts. Jefferson College is extremely proud to recognize these extraordinary students and is grateful for their service to our country. Registration is now underway here for spring semester college credit classes at Jefferson College with a variety of certificate and degree programs available. Classes begin the week of January 9th. In addition to an online virtual campus, classes are available at 4 area locations including Hillsborough, 1000 Viking Drive, Arnold, 1687 Missouri State Road, Cedar Hill, 6471 Cedar Hill Road, and Imperial, 4400 Jeffco Boulevard. Now, students may visit any of those locations that I just mentioned to enroll. A complete list of available degree and certificate programs is located on the Jefferson College website that I mentioned earlier. That's www.jeffco.edu. Now, some of the college's many programs include new offerings in occupational therapy assistant and respiratory therapy, combined with popular programs like teacher education, fire science, certified nurse assistant, computer integrated manufacturing, EMT, welding, foreign language, computer information systems, accounting, heating, refrigeration, and air conditioning, business management, certified medication technician, and business information technology. Now, as a reminder, not all programs are available at all locations. Residents can also pursue a bachelor's degree without ever having to leave Jefferson County, thanks to Jefferson College's cooperative partnerships with Missouri Baptist University and the University of Missouri-St. Louis. Now, registration hours are here at the Hillsborough campus in the Student Services Building, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Friday, and then 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, January 7th. At Jefferson College Arnold and Jefferson College Northwest, registration hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Friday, and 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Saturday, January 7th. As well, Jefferson College Imperial registration hours are 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Friday, and 9 a.m. until noon on Saturday, January 7th. For those who work full-time or have family responsibilities, the community college offers a variety of flexible class options that include evening, online, Saturday, and once-a-week formats. Jefferson College in-district tuition and fees are among the very lowest compared to other colleges, universities, and private schools in Missouri. And since its creation in 1963, Jefferson College has continually been the #1 choice for higher education and career training by Jefferson County residents. To help students succeed, the college offers personalized support services, including the Advising and Retention Center, Project Success, financial aid and scholarships, a career development center, an honors program, peer tutoring, writing and math labs, disability support, a learning center, and child care services. Now, to receive more information about spring semester classes and programs, call the Office of Admissions and Student Records at area code 636-481-3217 or 636-797-3000, extension 3217. In related enrollment news, Jefferson College has developed new state-of-the-art training programs in the high-demand healthcare fields of occupational therapy assistant and respiratory therapy beginning January 2012. As a result, the college will host 2 free information sessions at Jefferson College Arnold, 1687 Missouri State Road, on Monday, November 7th from 1 until 3 p.m. and from 6 until 8 p.m. in room 323. Having received about $2.4 million in grant funding to create the programs, applications are now being accepted with no wait lists for either of those new programs. By preparing more workers for careers in occupational therapy and respiratory therapy, Jefferson College will be improving the lives of people in our region and helping move our economy forward. Those who do complete the new Jefferson College Occupational Therapy Assistant or Respiratory Therapy programs will receive an Associate of Applied Science degree. Open to everyone, the afternoon and evening information sessions are designed to accommodate those who work, providing an opportunity for prospective students to talk with personnel from each program regarding prerequisites, entry requirements, and costs. Now, pre-registration is required and can be completed by visiting the Jefferson College website at jeffco.edu and then simply clicking on the Healthcare Info Sessions link, or also by calling Linda Fuentes at 636-481-3466 or 636-797-3000, extension 3466. To celebrate those who have made significant contributions to the Jefferson College Foundation in support of the college, the fundraising organization will host its first ever Monticello Society induction ceremony in early November at Fox Run Golf Club. The prestigious event will honor the top 35 benefactors whose combined contributions to the foundation since its inception in 1991, whether a bequest, a planned giving, establishment of a scholarship, or restricted or unrestricted cash, totals over $3.4 million. The Monticello Society will meet annually to recognize new members whose generosity and loyalty has a great impact on Jefferson College. Well, as a way to provide ongoing information about various careers and employment possibilities, the Jefferson College Advising and Retention Center will host a free workshop titled Careers in Education on Wednesday, November 9th from noon until 1 p.m. in the Student Center Viking Room on the Hillsborough campus. A representative will discuss which teaching specialties are in demand, as well as a variety of career paths other than teaching that are available. The free information workshop is open to everyone. For more information about the Careers in Education workshop, you can call the Career Development Center at 636-481-3215 or 636-797-3000, extension 3215, or simply visit jeffco.edu, then click on the Current Student link, and finally click on the Career Development link. Well, with the start of a new school year, the Jefferson College Student Senate recently held its annual election for senators, who in turn represent the college's 6,000 students. After speaking to members of the Student Senate, the college's TV production class recently completed the following Jeffco Minute.
Jefferson College elects a new Student Senate. Hello, I'm Alan Heckler, and this is the Jeffco Minute. Student Senate elections were held last month. 12 new members were elected, including President Alexander Eaton and Vice President Matthew Govero. Eaton says the Senate is a vital part of campus life.
Student Senate is your representation on this campus. The Jefferson College Board of Trustees represents the public at large, and we represent the students that actually go to school here. So we are your advocate and your servant, and we will do to the best of our ability to see that you are represented and that your business is carried out.
This was the first online Student Senate election. Of the 5,000 or so students currently enrolled at Jefferson College, 6% voted.
which is more than there was previously when we did hard ballot voting, but it could greatly be increased, and I suggest everybody vote next time.
Student Senate meetings are open to the public and the media. Meetings are every other Friday, and executives meet every Friday. All meetings start at 11 a.m. in the Student Center on the Hillsborough campus. Senators encourage everyone to attend.
We want the students to know that we're here for you, and we're here to handle the students' business.
For more information about Student Senate, call advisor Sarah Denny at 636-481-3231. I'm Alan Heckler, and this has been the Jeffco Minute.
In recognition of Jefferson College's support and promotion of the University of Missouri Extension Master Gardeners Program, Jefferson College President Dr. Raymond Comiskey recently accepted a certificate on behalf of the institution from Master Gardener Program President Ron Patrick during the program's fall graduation ceremony. Continuing Education Coordinator Hal Neisler and Building and Grounds Director Ed Tomaskevich have also been instrumental in coordinating the educational program on behalf of the college. The Master Gardener Program provides in-depth horticultural training to individuals who then volunteer their time applying whatever they have learned to help others in their communities. To become a trained Master Gardener, an individual must complete 30 hours of core course training and then give 30 hours of volunteer service back to their community. For more information about the Master Gardener Program here at Jefferson College, you can contact the college's Continuing Education Office at 636-481-3144 or 636-797-3000, extension 3144. And finally, to support the mission of Jefferson College, JCTV is always working to provide viewers with educational and informational programming that is unique and exclusive to Jefferson County. If you have suggestions regarding the types of programs you'd like to see here on JCTV, feel free to contact the station by writing to JCTV at 1000 Viking Drive, Hillsborough, Missouri 63050, or by emailing us at jctv@jeffco.edu. That will do it for today's show. For more details about Jefferson College news, events, and activities, visit us online at jeffco.edu or become a fan of Jefferson College news and events on Facebook. I'm Roger Barentine. Thanks for watching Jefferson College Today. Stay tuned now for the second half of today's show as I visit with Respiratory Therapy Program Director Norma Cooper.
I will discover my future by exceeding my academic expectations.
By being the best student I can be.
I will discover my future by knowing learning is just the beginning.
And the pursuit of knowledge lasts a lifetime.
I will discover my future by being the first in my family to go to college.
By trying new things.
By living my dreams.
I will discover my future at Jefferson College.
And welcome back to the Jefferson College Spotlight. I'm your host, Roger Barentine. And as we've been talking over the last several weeks, Jefferson College has some exciting new healthcare programs. And my guest today is the director of one of those new programs. It's the college's Respiratory Therapy Program. And my guest is the director, Norma Cooper. Hi, Norma. Welcome to the Jefferson College Spotlight.
Hi, Roger. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, for those who don't know, and I would be counted among those in this group, what does respiratory therapists do, and particularly, where do we find them employed in our community?
Good question. We as respiratory therapists are cardiopulmonary specialists. In other words, we work in the breathing, the lungs, the heart area, and we mostly work in the hospital, in the ICUs, the ERs, giving breathing treatments out to patients on the floors, and generally taking care of everything that's needed. An exciting new area that we cover also is pulmonary diagnostics, where we do like pulmonary function testing. We do home care a lot of times, where we go into the homes and help educate patients and their families to take care of their loved ones at home. And it's really great to actually get to see the patients go home and live a full and fulfilling life.
Now, as I mentioned at the top of our show today, this is just one of several new programs that the college is in the midst of instituting. How does respiratory therapy differ from what we've talked about in recent weeks with Lisa Martin regarding occupational therapy assistant or even physical therapy for that matter?
Well, we work under direct physician care. In other words, we take our orders straight from a physician. We don't work under anybody else besides them. We work in a hospital, and we're kind of independent in that the doctor tells us what to do, and we go take care of it. We give feedback to him and let him know how his patients are doing and where there might be some changes we would recommend. What else was the question?
Well, how they differ in terms of those programs, similarities as well as differences.
We also participate a lot of times in emergency codes, going to the ER. We actually do some intubations in some of the hospitals, and we do art line insertions, things like that. So we do a lot of different kind of things.
With this being a new program, Norma, I know the level of excitement in the students is very high, particularly because, number one, they're the first class to do it. But beyond that, everything that they do is absolutely new, including the kinds of instruction, the facilities and such. Talk a little bit about the kinds of in-class and particularly hands-on instruction that students will receive as part of this brand new program.
Good question. We are really proud of our classroom, the new design in the classrooms. We have things called audience response systems, which is participant for the students to actually give us immediate feedback at that time so we know where the students stand and what information they need more reinforcement on. We use a lot of different web-based type technology as well. And in addition, we actually have clinical simulation labs where the students go in and they have a 3G mannequin type thing where they actually participate, and we'll give them different patient scenarios where they learn how to react in certain situations appropriately, and then from there they can build on that and go into the hospital, the clinical setting, and work with real patients. So we're not just throwing them out to, find out what they can do on their own. We lead them step by step, hand in hand, all the way through.
And so literally, this is state-of-the-art training.
State-of-the-art
You talked
technology.
about computer training, some mannequins, real-life testing. So really a little bit of it all here.
Absolutely. Real-life situations, and we throw everything at them before they ever go out in the field and see it in a real patient.
And all of the majority of the classes are going to be based on the Hillsborough campus, correct?
Yes, absolutely. We have brand new classrooms, brand new everything at the Hillsborough campus.
When an individual looks at a program like this, oftentimes we have students who have family responsibilities or current job responsibilities with a program like respiratory therapy. Is this something you can do part-time, or do you really need to be more of a full-time student?
Right now, we have classes that are only full-time for full-time students. We try and work with students as much as we can. We understand that, and we have a lot of tips and things that we can give the students to survive going through the college situation. But it's not really something that we recommend for students that want to work a full-time job. Respiratory is kind of intense. We have patients' lives in our hands, so we want to make sure they get the full, complete gamut of everything they're going to need. So it's a full-time course load, and we recommend maybe 16 to 19 hours of working outside the home as the maximum.
And will students normally go Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday? What kind of week-long schedule will they be involved with?
Well, class time will actually be like Monday, Wednesday, Friday type situation, but on the opposite days, Tuesday, Thursdays, or even we actually have some clinical time in the evenings and weekends that we're setting up for the students. So they can't expect to go all the time, evenings, nights, during the day. They're going to have to be able to adjust to that. Unfortunately, we can't just be a Monday through Friday thing, because in the hospital, respiratory therapists are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And speaking of that, I know you've been working very hard to not only put the program together, going through its accreditation, which it is now. What are some of those kinds of specific courses that a student would pursue as part of the respiratory therapy program?
Well, before they come into the program, they are going to have things like microbiology, anatomy and physiology. But once they get into the program, we'll be teaching them everything from pharmacology, administration of drugs, how to use our high-tech equipment that we have, ventilators, things like that, where they actually do life support. So they need to learn how to actually work all that equipment.
And for the student that is successful, makes it through that program, gets that degree and diploma, what kind of not only academic credentials will they have, but what kinds of professional licensure will they be enabled to pursue?
Once they graduate from the program, they'll have an Associate of Applied Science degree, but it doesn't stop there. To actually work in the field as a respiratory therapist, you have to actually take a National Board for Respiratory Care national exam. The first test that they'll take is what they call the entry-level exam. It's a certified respiratory therapist, and our students will hopefully be able to pass that their first time through and be able to make a state application to start practicing in the field of respiratory therapy, and then they can start working. But in addition, our students are also going to be eligible to sit for what they call the registry exam, and it's a two-part exam, and it's a written and a clinical simulation. We talked about clinical sims in our classroom, so we're actually preparing our students to take that exam.
Oh, terrific.
Yes, and it's great because once they pass that, the registry exam, they'll have a higher earning potential, and in today's market, earning is everything.
Sure. And along with that, I suppose there's some type of an associate degree associated with that program as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's an Associate of Applied Science degree.
Great. As one looks at these kinds of things, and it may be a sad commentary, but it's a matter of fact with the times we live in. Students have become so acute in terms of being able to compare the cost of programs all throughout the area. We see programs not only in the St. Louis region, but really all across the United States, even many that are advertised on TV. How will Jefferson College's program compare in terms of cost to some of those other schools?
Jefferson College is an affordable option. We are a public community college, so we have a lower cost of tuition because we have varied funding sources. And this is a great asset to our students because they don't have to come out of college having the same debt load that other colleges might force on their students. So when they actually go out and start earning in the real world, in the workforce, they don't have all that loans and payback that they would have to from other schools.
And speaking of that, this is a 2-year program, correct?
It's absolutely a 2-year program. It's 5 semesters long. They do go during the summer, but obviously they're less of a workload during the summer.
And for that, I'm assuming this is not the type of program. We've talked about part-time versus full-time. It's not the instance where someone can just walk off the street and start. What are some of the prerequisites and particularly the requirements to enter into the respiratory therapy program?
Well, as a professional in the medical field, we are more heavy into the science, the mathematics of it. We would require them to have such things as microbiology, medical terminology, anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, which also has a prereq of chemistry attached to that as well. So there's a few prereqs. They can visit our website at jeffco.edu and follow the career and technical education link to the respiratory therapy program, and all of our courses are listed on there and the prereqs as well. Or they can call the health occupation secretary and she can give them information, or they can call me directly.
With that, I know we're preparing for a series of free information sessions, both for the Occupational Therapy Assistant Program as well as your program in respiratory therapy. What kinds of things will students learn when they come to either of these sessions on November the 7th at Jefferson College Arnold?
Well, I will be doing an overview of the program as far as prereqs, some other requirements that we are mandated by the state and our accrediting body to have in place. They can talk with me on a one-on-one basis and find out anything that might be pertaining to their particular situation. Also, we will have financial aid and advisors on hand to help them with any particular questions in that area that they would need.
And those sessions again are Monday, November the 7th, Jefferson College Arnold, 1 to 3 and I think 6 to 8 p.m.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and no cost whatsoever?
No cost. Free. Come in, talk with us, get the feel for how it might be laid out and if that's something that's going to be a right fit for you.
Great. Well, for a final thought this afternoon, I know you've recently worked with the folks here at JCTV to put together a promotional video that talks a little bit more about what it's like to work in the field of respiratory therapy. Let's take a look.
All right, thanks.
Today I helped someone live and breathe a little easier.
Today, I'm part of a respected team.
Today, I helped a patient conquer a chronic illness.
Today, I helped someone overcome their biggest challenge.
Today, I helped save one tiny life.
What have you done in your job today? Respiratory therapists make lives better one breath at a time. Contact Jefferson College today. Our healthcare career options will help you discover your future.
Norma, I really appreciate your time this afternoon. Some great information about the college's new program, and look forward to seeing it take off here in early 2012. Thanks for the visit.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, there you have it. Again, some great information. One of the college's new healthcare career programs. The college has garnered, in fact, over $2 million to start these new programs, and it's a great time. There's no waiting list for either occupational therapy assistant or respiratory therapy. So if you'd like more information, again, you can go to the Jefferson College website. That's www.jeffco.edu, and find out more about the new respiratory therapy program here at Jefferson College. This has been Jefferson College Today, and I've been your host, Roger Barentine. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the week.